Hello, students of class 4. My name is Lily Case. I am going to be your social science teacher. And today we are going to start with chapter 4, that is Aling's diary. And this lesson is in page number 27 in your textbook. Okay? Now, whenever I'm explaining, please keep your textbooks ready so you can refer to that. Now, let me begin. So this lesson is about Aling, okay? So Aling is a boy and he used to write a diary. Now if you don't know what is a diary, it is a book, very similar to your notebook, okay? Here in a diary, what you do, you write the notes about yourself, okay? About your feelings, about your thoughts, or it could be about some special day like your friend's birthday party that you have celebrated together. So likewise, Aling also writes a diary. All right. Now you know what is a diary. Let me begin. So this is a boy, right? So Aling is also just like you. He was in class 4 when he wrote this diary, and he is from Sangtam tribe. Okay. Now so the diary starts from 5:30 a.m. All right. So early in the morning, he wake up. It was 5:30. Then he went to the kitchen and he had tea. Then he got ready and he went out to play with his friends in the playground. Now let me tell you about this day, particular day. It was a Saturday, right? And Saturday is a holiday for class 4. So during this Saturday, he made great use of this day, okay? So he started from 5:30, and since he woke up so early, he was able to do so many things in one single day, all right? I don't know whether you wake up at 5:30, but it would be so good if you can also wake up early, because if you do that, you can not only meet up your friends, you can not only help your parents at home, but you can also see so many things in one single day. All right, that's what Aling did on that particular Saturday. So he woke up at 5:30 and then he reached the playground. Now when he reached the playground, it was 6:30 a.m. okay. So when he reached the playground, the first thing that he did was exercises. Now he did a lot of stretches, as you can see in the picture. Exercises are body stretching, and it gives you a lot of energy, okay? So before you start your day, you can also try exercising, and it will keep you fresh and energetic the whole day. All right, so for 1 hour he did these stretches, and then he played game with his friends, and that was volleyball. The picture that you see now is children, right? They are playing volleyball. So Aling also, he played volleyball with his friends, but his other friends, they chose some other games, okay? Now after this game, they were so tired, so they rested, and by that time it was 8:30 a.m. all right? Now during this 8:30, his coach ATHRONG, okay? The coach name is ATHRONG. Now if you don't know what is a coach, let me tell you. Coach are those people who used to give training to their younger ones, okay? Usually coach are older people, okay? And they have so much of knowledge in them about the games. Now this ATHRONG, Coach ATHRONG, he gave them a lot of informations on particular games like football, on lawn tennis, and on volleyball, okay? So after getting all these important informations about this game, he also told them some very important things, okay? So which he used to write down in his diary. Now this Coach ATHRONG told them that whenever they play any games, they have to be very careful. They have to be fair, means they should never go and fight with their opponents, okay? Whenever you're playing a game, you have two teams, right? So, or you are playing with two people, right? Or likewise, so you should never fight among yourselves. You should be good to one another. You should respect, and then you should play the game fairly. And he also told them that whenever you're playing a game, you should in case you have some misunderstandings, okay, suppose the other team is not playing it fair, they are cheating or they are doing playing it wrongly, then you have to go ahead, talk to them nicely, and then you try to solve the matter in a peaceful way, okay. So no, usually whenever the children are playing games, what they do, if they don't win or if they feel that the other team was cheating on them, then they used to get angry, right? And because of this anger, they used to go and fight with them, right? So Coach Atrong has specially told them that they should never get indulged with fighting or they should never argue with one another, but they have to play it fairly, peacefully, and lovingly, okay. So after getting so much of information from their coach, Aling has finally decided to go back home. Now in the morning, if you remember, in the morning he woke up at 5:30, right? And during 5:30, when he was going towards the playground, usually the marketplaces are so empty during 5:30 or 6 a.m., right? So while coming back, it was 9:30 a.m. and there were so many people in the market. Some of them were selling the vegetables, some of them were selling the fruits. There were so many customers in the market who were also buying the things from the shopkeepers, right? So I'm sure you have also seen a marketplace in your area where there will be a lot of people rushing and so many shops will be selling different things, different items, right? Not only eatable items but even clothes and even things that they can use at home, right? So likewise, Aling also came across a very crowded area that was the marketplace, and by the time it was 9:30, okay. But in this market, though there were so many people, there were three people who really got his attention, okay. And those were the shopkeeper, the police, and the sweeper, okay. Now what this shopkeeper does, they used to sell the things to the customers, right? And this police, in a crowded place, they used to do duty. Then the sweeper, they used to sweep the floor, they clean the town, right? So when he saw these people, he thought that even if a person does a big job like sitting on a table, writing on papers, or even if a person cleans the town, dirty jobs like cleaning and washing, or a police, right? Even if a person does a high job or a low job, we have to respect each and every one of them, okay? So that was what Aling wrote in his diary. Next, at 11:30, okay, and he was still crossing the market area, all right, he saw one man and he was carrying a very big box at his back, okay, and inside that box they were full of fruits. And when he saw that man, he thought that the girls, okay, and the ladies, women cannot carry heavy boxes like men. Why? Because women are weaker than men, right? Again, Aling wrote in his diary that even if women are weaker than men, even if women cannot carry heavy things, still we have to respect men and women equally, okay? So it was 11:30, and then as he was passing this man, he finally came across his uncle THRELI, okay. By that time it was 12 p.m. Now his uncle THRELI, he took him to a barber and he cut his hair, he shaved his beard, and he also took some massage from that barber. Now if you don't know who are barbers, let me tell you, barbers, they used to cut the hair, okay. Especially the boys, they used to go to barber, okay. Girls, they go to parlor, but boys, they go to barber for cutting their hair, shaving, or even for massage, okay. In sometimes even the boys, they can also go to parlor. There are certain places where the boys can also go and cut their hair, but most of them, I'm sure most of the students, the boys who are watching this video, I'm sure you also go to barber's shop to cut your hair, right? Okay, so as Aling was watching his uncle cutting his hair and doing this barber was shaving him. So he saw that the barber was using so many tools. Okay, tools means those things which the barbers to use to do his work. As you can see in the picture here, see, you have a comb, different shapes of comb, then the scissor is there, the blade is there, right? So the barber used all these things to do his work. Okay, and it was quite amazing for Aling. Okay, because the way the barber was using these things to do his work was very interesting. And then he saw that the barber finally gave a massage to his uncle THRELI. Now when the barber was doing that, he remembered something that his mother told him. Okay, so once his mother told Aling that whenever someone touches your body, you have to be careful. Okay, now you're in class 4, right? You have to know which part of the body should be touched by someone and which part of the body has to be protected. Okay, you should also go and tell your younger ones at home. Okay, and those parts of the body that are covered with clothes should not be touched by anyone. You should know all these things. All right, and if you are not sure, you can also discuss with your elders at home. All right, now, so finally Uncle THRELI was done with the massage, and now Aling reached home. So it was 1:30. Now in the morning, Aling only had a tea and he went to the playground. Now it was 1:30. He was quite hungry. So he sat on the table and the family enjoyed their lunch. Okay, they had food together, and finally Aling went to take some rest. When he was taking a rest, he decided to play Scrabble game with his brother. Now if you don't know what is a Scrabble game, here you can see in the picture, you will find letters. Okay, there will be letters in the boxes which you will arrange and make it into a word. Okay, so this game was quite interesting and he played with his brother. Okay, now after he was done doing this, Aling decided to go to the kitchen and help his mother. So by the time it was 6 p.m. Okay, so Aling finally went to the kitchen. Aling cannot cook. Okay, his mother was cooking, so he decided to help his mother do the small things like cutting the vegetables or washing the cups and bowls, right? And then after the work was done, the dinner was ready. Okay, now as the dinner was ready, the family decided to sit on a table. They had their food and then they had a happy meal together, right? And meanwhile, while having the dinner, the family also discussed a lot of things about the particular day. Okay, now after the dinner was done, Aling and the family, they just went out to look at the sunset. Okay, as it was sunset time, the family, they all stood in their veranda and they watched the sunset. And by the time it was 8 p.m. Okay, so as it was 8 p.m., Aling went to his room and he decided to spend some time in his books. Now how many of you are studying at home right now? I know that there is no school, but as we are giving out this video, I would also request you to please watch the video when you have free time, and along with that you should also study every day. Okay, Aling is a very good boy, right? He not only helped his mother, he not only joined his uncle to go to the barber shop, right? But he also spent some time on his table to study for the day. Okay, so if you study every day, you will learn your lessons easily. Or else if you just keep on collecting your notes and you don't study, and only one fine day if you try to study all this together, it will be very difficult for you. Okay, so I would also request you to be like Aling, at least once in 1 hour a day or 2 hours, it will be so good. You can sit on your table and you can study for some time. All right, so after he was done with studies, it was 9 p.m. and then Aling finally decided to sleep. Okay, now Aling had a very tiring day, right? So he finally went to sleep. Now what have we learned from this lesson, Aling's diary? Now one thing I can tell you is you can also make a diary of your own. Okay, so you can take any of your notebook and you can make it as a diary, arrange it nicely, put some decorations, and you can uh, start writing your own story. Okay, so it need not be every day like how Aling has wrote from morning till evening, but you can also write about your own stories. If you have experienced something very exciting in your life, you can write it down, and one fine day when you open it and read it, it brings up all the memories and you find it so good. Okay, so with this lesson, there is one work that you need to do in your textbook. You can turn to page number 32. Okay, in page number 32 there are images. Okay, there are images. You have your textbook with you, so you can turn to page 32, and under those images you will write the names of those people doing certain type of profession. Okay, from this Aling's diary, what you have learned was there were different types of people doing different works, right? He came across a barber who used to cut the hair. He came across a police who used to do duty and catch the criminals. He also came across a shopkeeper who used to sell things in the market, and he also came across a coach, right? A coach, a man who used to give training on sports, on games. So likewise, there are so many pictures there. You try to think and then you write under those images. Okay, like for example, there you will see the doctor. You will also see the nun. Okay, so what does a nun do? She is a Catholic, right? She used to take part in the church activities, in the Catholic church activities. Then there is this doctor who used to treat the sick. Likewise, when you write those names under the images, you will also learn a lot of things. And for doing this activity, you can take the help of your elders at home. Okay, now before I finish with this lesson, let me also go back to the lesson from the beginning once more. So Aling is a boy. Okay, he is in class 4 and he is from Sanctum tribe, and he used to write a diary, and this diary starts from 5:30 a.m. in the morning and ends at 9 p.m. right? And during this whole day, right, he have experienced a lot of things. He met a lot of people, not only his friends, not only the coach, not only his uncle, but he also came across shopkeepers, police, and the sweepers. And by seeing all these things, he have learned so much, right? He saw that men and women should be treated equally, right? Then his coach also told him about a very important thing about a game, that whenever you are playing with your friends in a game, you should not fight, you should not quarrel, but you have to discuss among yourself in case you don't like something about them, and then you can settle everything peacefully, right? Then during the course of time, right, he came across the sweepers, right? Sweepers are doing the dirty jobs in a town, but if we don't have those sweepers, what our town, our cities will be very dirty, right? But because of these people doing these low jobs, our society, our town, our environment is so clean, right? So no matter, even if a person is doing a high job or a low job, we have to respect each and every one of them. Okay, then one thing I really admired about Aling was that when he reached home, he helped his mother, right? Which is so important. You should not only think about your studies, not only about playing games, but you should also help your elders at home. Okay, I know that you can't cook, you are quite early to do that. If you can do that, that's very good. But most of you can't cook. So what you can do, you can help your mother in cleaning, in washing, and also during their cooking time. Okay, and one very important for all of you, please spare some time for studies. Okay, so thank you very much, my dear students. We'll see you very soon with another topic.